Going on, everybody? It's the El Toro Fuerte, and I'm back, and I'm ready to be super annoying with my Ewww Mystic Mine deck. Now, it is a burn deck, nothing secret about that. But I like to throw in a couple of some of my all-time favorite cards, and they're really just troll annoying cards, whatever you want to call them. That's what they are. So right off the bat, the name that I have used for this deck is Amoeba. For those of you who don't know what this card is, it's a very old card. I want to say maybe Metal Raiders. Level 1 of the effect is where it really shines, if you will. It's never really been a competitive card. But when the control of this face-up card on the field shifts to your opponent and inflict 2,000 points of damage to your opponent's life points, this effect can only be used once as long as this card remains face-up on the field. I love this card. So there's a couple ways you can use it, and I find myself winning this with this deck more often than not when I don't even have to use this particular card. This type of deck does require a lot of draw power to be successful, so I use 3 cardies. As you know, cannot be special summoned, but during your main phase, if you normal summon it, you contribute it, draw 2 cards, it becomes the end phase. And you can't special summon during the turn that you activate this card. So you do have to be a little bit strategic and careful with how you do things. So it does take a little bit of skill to play, which I still have some in the old tank. You'll have a little bit of skill left. You do need several resources like these to protect yourself. So Battle Fader, I run 3 of those. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, special summon it from your hand. End the battle phase. Banish it when it leaves the field if it was summoned that way. Alright, then I use 3 Swift Scarecrow. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, quick effect, you can discard this card, negate the attack, end the battle phase to really upset your opponent. I use 2 Lava Golems. And if you're not familiar with Lava Golem, it's a 3,000 attack monster, cannot be normal summon set, must first be special summoned from your hand to your opponent's side of the field by attributing 2 monsters they control. Yes, that is right. No better way to upset your opponent than to take away 2 of their hard-earned monsters and give them a big old 3,000 beat stick. You cannot normal summon set during the turn you special summon this card. During each of your standby phases, take 1,000 damage. Now, because that'll be on your opponent's side of the field, they take the damage, and so they won't be too happy about that. It's fun. It's fun. It's a good way to get rid of a couple of their monsters without destroying them. You tribute them. I run 3 Pot of Extravagance. If you're familiar with that. You're going to banish 3 or 6 random face-down cards from your extra deck. Draw 1 card for every 3 you can't draw. So there's a couple ways you got to be careful with this. If you have to use this right at the beginning, and don't use a card D trying to tribute him because you won't be able to get his effect. It'll just be a wasted summon and tribute. So yeah, but again, it's all about drawing as many cards as you can. Same with Pot of Duality. Excavate the top 3 cards, add 1 to your hand, shuffle the rest into your deck. You can only do 1 per turn, but the key here is you cannot special summon during the turn you activate this. So Pot of Duality, Lava Golem is a no-go. Alright, Mystic Box. Now, Mystic Box. Target 1 monster your opponent controls and 1 monster you control. Destroy the target. Then give control to the second target to your opponent. That's where I use Amoeba. So, they have a full field, and they got 1 monster that you just, you have to see them gone. Bring out an Amoeba. Use the Mystic Box, send them right over destroy their monsters, send Amoeba right over to their side of the field. They take 2,000 damage for that. So again, it's really annoying to play against. This goes without saying. Mystic Mine. Now, the thing you got to be careful and strategic about when you're playing Mystic Mine are your Lava Golems and your Amoebas, because they will be on your opponent's side of the field when the effects activate. So if you have a Mystic Mine out, and if you have 2, even 3 Lava Golems on your opponent's side of the field, they're not taking any damage. Same with Amoeba. You have a Mystic Mine out, send an Amoeba over, they're not taking 2,000 damage. So you do have to be careful. I use this primarily just to stall until I have just what I need. And if you have 1 on the field, 1 in your hand, you set the other one over it. It takes that off the field, and these guys will burn them for whatever you need. But more often than not, I don't even use these guys to use. I just have them in there for an additional win condition. Same thing with 1 Day of Peace. Each player draws 1 card, and neither player takes damage until the end of the opponent's next turn. So be careful when you use that. You activate a 1 Day of Peace, you draw. They draw, and you don't take any damage. They don't take any damage. You don't. Blah blah blah. Okay. Scapegoat. I have it in there just because I need some extra protection sometimes from my. You might run into a situation where it might save you the game. Who knows? But it's in there for that specific reason, no other reason. Ojama Trio. Special summon 3 Ojama tokens to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. They cannot be tributed for a tribute summon, and each time one is destroyed, its controller takes 300 damage. Now there are, obviously it can be used for synchro or whatever link summoning, but yeah. So the primary reason for those is to give you something to either destroy with Amoeba. Now if you destroy one of these tokens with Amoeba, they take an extra 300. Or you can throw out a lava golem. They have one monster on the field. You can't bring out a lava golem because it requires 2 tributes. Well, send an Ojama trio over there. Special summon, bam, there we go. So just desserts, you probably see these a lot in the Mystic Mine decks. Inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster they control. I run 3 of those. Extra draw power, Reckless Greed. I try to be very careful with how I use these. I don't like to use just one at a time. Sometimes I am forced to. If I set one and somebody brings out a Twin Twister or Mystical Space Typhoon, rather than just watch it get wasted, I activate it, draw 2 cards. Sometimes I get lucky and draw another card to draw with. But I try to use them at least 2 at a time after my draw phase. So that way it's I get a total of 5 new cards for the cost of just 2. And so I run 3 of those, and then Dimension Wall, I run 2 of those. There are situations where it does come in handy. You might not have any of your Battle Faders or Swift Scarecrows. All you have is a Dimension Wall. Say they have a Lava Golem, they're going to attack you with it. Bam, Dimension Wall, 3,000 damage straight to them. Secret Blast, another one that you see in a lot of Mystic Mine decks. Inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card they control. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card, send that card to your graveyard and inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So 300 for each one they control is really the reason you want to use it. If they have a full field of monsters and a couple of spell and traps on the field, they're going to take a nice chunk of damage. But it's also nice that you can inflict an extra 1,000 if it gets destroyed for whatever reason. All right. And last but not least, Blazing Mirror Force. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy as many attack position monsters your opponent controls as possible. And if you do take damage equal to half the combined original attack of those destroyed monsters, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a mouthful. It's a decent card for this deck. I'm sure you guys can probably think of a few better options for that, but I like it. It works well. So extra deck, really irrelevant at this point. I just, a couple cards that I like the artwork on, especially this one right here, number 30, Acid Golem of Destruction. I never reuse any of these. They are primarily used and solely used for Pot of Extravagance purposes. So let's put this deck to the test here against just a basic bot, and hopefully he doesn't cheat. I was playing the other day, and this bot threw out 2 Harpy's Feather Dusters on my deck here. So, as you could probably tell, it wasn't very fun at all. So this is not looking good for me already. So I'm getting a nasty hand here with this, but we'll see how it goes. Ooh, all right. So let's do this. Let's set. We're just going to get rid of everything, aren't we? All right, and then we're going to special summon. What do we got here? This guy can attack directly. Okay, so let's do this, and let's give you a Lava Golem here. Now, I really don't have much to help me out here. They just drew 2 cards. I'm going to end my turn, and hopefully, wow, okay, so no, I'm going to get hit nastily with a large chunk here. You know what? Let's take a chance here. Let's draw 2 cards. Maybe I can get a Battle Fader. Nope, no chance at all. All right, so I am toast. Let's see what happens here. Oh, you get another monster. Nope. All right, battle phase. Let's do this. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. Almost. And I'm going to get a nice beating here. So we fell about 700 short of beating him, which is actually kind of nice. So I don't think I need anything at this point other than him to end his turn, and then I can end my turn. Let's do a duality. Let's see what we. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So let's do this here, and he just sends it back to my hand, which is fine. Standby phase. It's over. but it worked out, so I won, and that was just one lava golem, and all those traps there ended it fairly quickly, as you can see. That's not going to happen every time, not against every deck, but it is fun. So I can, and you can see here, I took a nice beating there, but I was able to survive it. And yeah, so that's the deck. I do have several of these cards in the actual card form, so I'm going to put that together, and I'm going to take it to the Showtime cards and put it to the test and see who I can irritate. But yeah, so thank you. I hope you liked the deck. Hopefully, when you heard Mystic Mine, you didn't cringe too much. It's just a fun alternate way to lay a beating on your opponent. So let me know what you think. What would you add? What would you take out? What would you alter? I know I've seen some of the Lilith cards added to search for certain traps. I've seen a lot of fun decks like that. Now, I did duel Kobe with Colby. He put his Mystic Mine against mine, and it was very close. He ended up winning. I think he only had like 300 life points left or something like that. But he ended up beating me with the, I think it was a secret barrel. So yeah, that's another option you can use in there. I don't use it, but yeah, a lot of options. So this was my annoying Amoeba Mystic Mine Lava Golem burn deck. I really don't like to get too much into the competitive decks because it gets expensive. This is a fairly inexpensive deck to build, and it's fun to play. To be honest with you, it's fun when you can stall to a point where you have everything you need and just bam 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 hit them, burn them all in one shot. So yeah, so I hope you like it. Talk to you guys very soon. I will be going on vacation. When I do come back, I will be doing another box opening, and we will do another giveaway. In addition to that, in August, we do have the new structure decks coming out, so I will be getting a few of those, and we'll be giving away as I traditionally do. So thank you all. Take care. Keep on dueling, and we'll talk to you all soon.